Welcome to Uncaged, a show that celebrates thought leadership from today's top business leaders. The program provides a voice to amazing executives from around the globe who are shaping the world of business today and mapping the path to the commerce of tomorrow. I'm excited to be talking to Anas Chbib today. Hi, Anas.
Hi, how are you?
I'm well. It's great to talk to you, Anas. Anas is the founder and group CEO of AGT, Advanced German Technology. AGT has been around since the early 2000s. Anas founded the company in 2001 and progressively transformed the company into a conglomerate that offers leading security solutions to corporations, governments, law enforcement, and intelligence agencies worldwide. Security and cybersecurity is on everybody's minds today, so I'm excited to go into more depth about what AGT is working on today. But before we do that, Anas, it would be great to hear a little bit about yourself and how your career has evolved.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for having me on the show. I'm very excited to be here, and I would like to give you some background. I was actually born in Damascus, Syria, and grew up in Germany. Went to school in Germany and to business administration and computer science. Did work for some of the lead consulting industry for the Lufthansa, and decided to move to a cybersecurity in the early stage. That time I was working in XML development for some of the leaders in Germany that time. And 2001, after 9/11, we decided to move to that. I had a feeling that security, it will be that new word. And this is where we invested and founded the company and start moving from document issuing. So we did a few projects in Dubai and another projects in North Africa. And we start evolving the company from protecting network from any attacks to providing some special security trainings for the staff who is working on national security grids and national security SOCs, and working to protect the country and their economy from any attack from outside. And this has been a great journey so far. Went to many countries, helped a few governments around the world, protecting their network, building up their capacity of fresh graduates from police schools or from military schools, and take them through the path how they can take care of their own infrastructure, which is crucial at the moment.
Absolutely. And I mean, I think that since 2000, what a transformative moment in data and digital security. I mean, today with AGT, I see that you're working with such a wide group of organizations now, but what are the big problems that you guys are working on?
Well, security is actually, the more security you add to any solutions or system, the more inconvenient it will get. So you know that when you take it about the password, so the longer the password is, the difficult to remember it. And this is the first key to any database. The first key to any.
Anas, I'm still waiting for someone to solve that problem. So if you can figure that out, we would all be thankful.
Yes, we're working on this because we want to make it as simple as that for the users. You know, you don't want to remember it. And what's annoying me the most is like you cannot use the last 6 passwords you used before. So who know that? And then you start people taking their husbands or their wives or their kids and their birthday and so on and so on. So this is one of the challenges which have been evolved. And then if we talk about 10 years back, when there was a hack, and in the newspaper, people used to read it and they were excited and they were so, wow, and look what happens. Now, every day there is a few hacks. We report about maybe 10 to 20 large hacks, and the people don't read it anymore. Just getting is not when you will be attacked, if you will be attacked. The question is when you will be attacked and how severe will be the damage. And if you will know about it at all, because as you know, a professional hackers, like a professional thief, he don't leave any marks. This is the people who get in, they stay in, and they check, okay, who have the authorities, who is doing what. They stay in a calm place and watching for 6-7 months, and then in the right moment, they hit because they understand how the system works. So we work in these challenges, and especially after the COVID-19, Brent, this is what make life even more forced to a digitalization. There is a social distance. The government is forced to offer more applications and more digitalizations. The student doesn't go to school, so you are based on online learning. And then you have the home office, and then you normally never thought that you will leave your office and come back home. So the house is not prepared for a firewall. Your routers is not really secured, using maybe sometimes a very simple password to enter in. Then you have some stuff in like Internet of Things connected. So it's getting a little bit complicated. Using this in a computer belong to the enterprise or to the government is a little bit tricky. So this is where you get really to be very careful what you're doing. And if you have a few kids like I do, I don't know if you have, so they're jumping around and they would like also to download here and there something. So this getting really tough to people to give them
I think
this awareness.
that's a really challenging problem. We see more and more workers really. I would say even before COVID, but certainly because of COVID, living this kind of more flexible or remote structure. And in some ways, with greater flexibility comes greater responsibility, right? in terms of
Exactly.
security. And yeah, that's going to be a fascinating area to monitor, explore, and protect.
It is, and especially this signing into an account, we're using few simple stuff what you can put in your smartphones, and it will be connected, so you don't have to remember any passwords. If we get into the network, we're using artificial intelligence and deep machine learning, so they can detect and they understand logarithm how the malware is working, and their way can be there, and they can understand the patterns. We're talking about a special art of training, how to help the government to have a lot of hands-on training, so that instead to give him some practical work and they need 5 years to finish his practical work, we try to come in from first year and give them a lot of exercises and simulations so that they will be jumping into a practical experience very quickly. And we do believe very strongly that without the PPT model, which is people, process, and technology, no projects will succeed, because even the best alarm systems you have at home, if you don't switch the alarm on and use all the features, it's no use. And if you leave your door open and you leave, nobody can help you. And if you leave some important documents in your desk and the cleaning lady or the cleaning personnel come in the morning and clean the office before you come and take some nice picture and some scans with their smartphones, you will never know about it or feel it. So this is the challenges we work on. We would like to make it easier for people to have the maximum security, but also not to compromise on their service and comfortable way of using whatever they're using to do the job.
So it's really interesting. I'd be curious to know more about when you approach a setup for security for any organization, what is usually the largest, where do the most problems happen? My gut is that it's probably people, but I'm curious.
100%. I would say 70% of the error coming from a human being. Because we always tell our clients we can provide to you the 99% security with the systems you get, but the 1% security is still the error and the vulnerability of the human being. And humans sometimes forget. Human can be used and blackmailed with some different ways, either with money, either with some things they want to have, either with some purchases, either with something else. This is actually one of the biggest vulnerability in every entity is the human being. If you manage to have a human firewall, what we always call it, if the human firewall is working, then we get you set up very well. We get you the processes intact. We will get you the technology intact. We will update your systems. We're looking after you. But this is three factors have to work together. We have to have discipline, especially if we come to security. We have to have awareness that you know what you're doing, and you know how vulnerable will be, and how important that you are aware every time you do something in the web, because actually you are in a jungle, which can be getting a nice deer, or it could be a big lion behind the bushes. So
let's avoid the lions. Let's avoid the lions. Well, listen, let me change gears a little bit here. I mean, certainly we see how the security landscape has changed during the last year with the way people are living and working. But in AGT, as the group CEO, how has it changed the way you guys are working?
Well, obviously, COVID has forced us. I mean, I used to be in the plane 3 weeks a month and having like 20 nights in hotels. Now I really waiting for the day I have my Starbucks inside, because in Germany we cannot have the Starbucks, you have to take it out. I'm really dreaming to be in the airplane. I forgot how it looked like from inside. Staying in the hotel.
I had a moment today. It was one of these like a Woody Allen movie situation, but I was in a building in the lobby of my office building, and I had taken my mask off because I was drinking a coffee. And the security came over to me and they said, "You got to put your mask back on. Any public place in the building, you have to have your mask on." I said, "But I'm drinking a coffee." Like, and they said, and we see you're drinking a coffee, sir." I said, "But I can't wear a mask and drink a coffee at the same time." So it was just, anyways, I think we're going to live through those moments for a while right now. So, as you see things evolving and going forward in us, when you're planning out AGT over the fall of this year and into 2022, how do you prioritize the security challenges, and what are you guys really ramping up on to make sure that you can deliver on in the midterm?
Well, I can tell you, we love to invest in people. So in any organizations we talk to, we don't always pitch for solutions. We would like to understand what is the capabilities of your team. What can we develop to enhance your team capabilities? And this is what we like to invest in every companies we work with, or every enterprise or government. So we're looking forward to enhance our training facilities. And we're planning to be in the United States by the mid of 2020. Obviously, we scrap these plans now to the next year, 2022. And we want really to be able to provide as much awareness as we can to our clients and to the government to be up and ready. And once you see what's happening with the cyber warfare around the world, I think, and what's happened even in the United States with the last attacks on the government, and what's happening in the critical infrastructure, especially utilities, this is no joke, because cutting blackout the electricity, changing the salt in the water, as example, this could be a catastrophe without shooting one bullet. And all of this started with a human being and a perfect cybersecurity solutions working on the OT and on the IP world. So this is a big challenge. We want to reach out to the decision maker and tell them, please try to put some investment on the training, try to put some investment of modernizations of your systems and your solutions. Try to have a look, how can you bring the digitalizations forward? But, and this is a big but, please make sure that you secure it enough, because the people who use it at the other side, they are not a security expert, right? Yeah. Everybody is expert in his field, and this will be his job, which offering the service to provide them a secure and a trusted solution end to end.
Yeah, I think the training is a great point. I mean, as these systems become more and more sophisticated, certainly I think we can hope that they'll help us learn better, but making sure organizations continue to make everyone aware of the challenges and the risks is really, really important. Anas, it's been amazing to talk to you today. We've been talking to Anas Chbib, who is the founder and group CEO of AGT, which is Advanced German Technology. They are a global security solutions company. They offer security solutions for corporations, governments, law enforcement, and intelligence agencies worldwide. Anas, if people want to reach out and to learn more about what you guys are doing at AGT, where should they find you?
It's AGT-technology.com, technology epsilons, and we are a German-based company. Headquarter is in Berlin, and we do have also offices in the UK and all around the Middle East. And as I say, we're looking forward to open a new United States, hopefully next year.
Yeah, and Anas, I think we're in agreement that it will be great to step out and have a coffee together outside at some point.
It would be great. A dream, doctor.
When everything exactly. Thank you so much for joining us on Uncaged today, and I look forward to seeing how AGT develops over the next year.
Thank you very much, Doctor, for having me, and stay safe. Thanks.